Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the iBytes podcast. I'm one of the hosts, Daniel, and with me as always, the Rudolph to my Santa Claus, my good friend Sajan. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing, man?
You know what? It's the holidays. We are recording this on Christmas Eve. We weren't supposed to record another episode, but apparently one of our friends asked us, hey, you guys recording one for Christmas? So we're like, okay, let's find some stuff that we haven't talked about last month. And can we make a show out of this? And so right now it is like early afternoon. This is Christmas Eve. And we're recording something very quickly. So, how about you, man? Do you guys got any plans? What do you guys do for the holidays? Like,
I you know what? I have so many birthdays and anniversaries that come by. So we don't really celebrate. We used to kind of celebrate Christmas before when we were younger. Mm-hmm. But now last year our tree kind of, was too old now. And it was just every time we
you can't buy more, huh?
Oh yeah, I know. I was buy another one. But anyway, we'll see. But so this year we didn't buy one. My mom was thinking to buy one, but I don't know, something happened and we didn't buy it. So maybe next year.
Do you guys celebrate Christmas, or is there something? I know you're Indian. I don't know if you guys have a special things.
Well,
that you do
no, not really. We'll just cook food and just have that as a family. Nothing too crazy, but again, when me and my brother were younger, we had a Christmas tree and stuff. But just last year that we threw it out because it was all, falling apart.
They do age after a while.
Yeah.
I've had mine for like 13 years. I bought when I first moved into my home, and I have a small condo and I don't have the room to put it anymore. So I haven't put it up in 13 years. So I'm afraid to open the box and just have like a pile of dust in the box. I don't know. But other than that, what kind of food you guys usually prepare for the holidays?
I don't know. My dad said he's going to make a homemade sub tomorrow or tonight. So I don't know what's happening because my mom usually takes off, but this time she's taking next week off. Okay. Not this week because she gets, I don't know, maybe because of time and a half. So I'm not 100% sure why she wanted to work. She's like, I'm working 14, I don't know, something crazy like that, days in a row. I'm like, whoa. Okay. So
that's it.
This year, I think it'll be just me, my brother, and my dad will be cooking. So we'll see what we can, what we can do. We're not the best cooks in the world, but you know what?
Any leftovers for guests?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
We can tell everybody your address if they want to show up for free food.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Come by.
Sure, yeah. But that's interesting, man. Well, for us here, it's... well, like I said, we always celebrate Christmas every year. And we typically on the Christmas Eve, we tend to get together as a family. Just not everybody, just certain members, like uncles and aunts and cousins. And my brother usually shows up. And we basically prepare, eat food, meat pies, shrimps, meatballs. And then we go to 9 o'clock mass. And then we come back and then we eat the food. And that's what we've done for the past, we used to do that when I was a kid. And then the last 6-7 years, it kind of died out. And we started up 7 years ago about just eating, just doing that, getting together as a small group, going to 9 o'clock mass, coming back and eating a lot of food and going to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. But this year, sadly, my parents are under the weather, so
that sucks.
Won't be any parties. But I might bug my brother, say, hey, any plans tonight? You mind if I tag along? Because I got nothing to do. So it should be pretty exciting for doing nothing. But no, other than that, tomorrow we just have a family get together, Secret Santa, food, merriment, and that's pretty much it. And after that, it's just New Year's Eve. Something pops up, great. If not, then just relax at home and do nothing. Because it's I'm on vacation for the next week, so it'll be nice to just chillax and do stuff around the house, and yeah, it should be fun.
That's good. That's awesome.
But I hope everybody out there is going to have a wonderful holiday season. But let's get to the show. What's that?
Same for me. Hopefully,
you guys anything for New Year's or
New Year's? No, let's go to the temple. But this year we'll go on the 1st, not the. I would like usually what we would do is we'll go to the temple at like around 6-7 o'clock at night on the 31st.
Okay.
And then we'll stay there until like 1 or something. Or 12.
How you guys you celebrate New Year's Eve at the temple? Nice.
Yeah. But this year, because now we have I want to say Canada's kind of full of Indians now, so I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that.
Wow, we don't have that Mr. F like on Double Tap Canada, but okay.
No, well, because we have
any persons of the Indian or indigenous cultures.
Because I know of, there's only two temples that I know of. And now that we have more Indians in Canada now, it gets very, 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 very busy there. It's so hot and stuff. Every Sunday it gets extremely busy there. And before, it only got that kind of busy in like these kind of holidays, like whenever the Diwali festival, the lights festival happens that day, and then the New Year's and stuff. That's when it really got busy. But now it's every single Sunday. It's every day busy because there's so many people. And now whenever this big day comes by, it gets extremely busy.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we're going to do it this year. I will see how it goes.
Well, the more the merrier, you know. It's unless we have a friend of ours who's going to do a party or something, but other than that, you know, I know last year we had a New Year's Eve party with some friends, but this year I don't know if that's been canceled. So I don't know if hopefully something's going to pop up, but who knows? But anyway, so moving on, we'll start. So the first thing on the list that we had, so there was a lot of updates from Apple lately.
They've been pushing updates back and left and right. I'm not gonna lie.
What 17? Was it 17.2 came out not too long ago?
Yeah.
With for the iPhone, iPads, there was Mac OS 14.2, I think. There was a Apple Watch 10.2, HomePod 17.2, and Apple TV 17.2. I don't have no idea what was pushed, what was new in all of them, except for I know the iPhones you had the Journal app, and wasn't there something else?
There was another
Journal app for 17.2.
17.2, yeah. There's a Journal app now.
The default sounds, right?
Yes, default sounds. Now you can finally change your default sounds. It doesn't have to be mail messages, incoming calls, and whatever. You can change the default sound.
You can change your mail sound.
Yeah.
So the default sound is not necessarily your mail or your text message. It's
like Twitter, Instagram, all the other if you have games and you want to get notifications from your games, they will all have that one sound. Some apps will allow you to change the incoming sound
within the app.
Within the app, but not every app allows that. So, but now you can change your default sound. I wish you could change it per app basis. That would be pretty nice. Maybe.
Well, like I said, we have certain apps like WhatsApp. You can change it within the app itself.
Yeah, I know. Like my what is it called? My doorbell or my cameras.
Your Ring?
Not my Ring. It's a different company. It's Lorex.
Okay.
And that app also updates, and not updates, but it has its own ringtone whenever someone rings the doorbell, whatever. So that actually has two. It rings when it detects a person in the camera feed, and it pushes out the notification. It's a different sound. When someone presses the doorbell, it's a different sound.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But yeah, those new updates, I always update it no matter what.
But I would recommend updating 10.2 for your watch, because they brought back one of the feature that people were kind of missing.
Oh yeah, the 2-finger swipe left and right?
Well, with voiceover, yeah, but you can swipe from the edge of the screen, and it's off by default. I never understood that.
I'll have to turn that back on, because I don't think I changed it.
Yeah, you should change it.
Is that within the watch, or you have to go in the iOS watch update watch app to do that?
You have to do it from the phone. Oh, sorry, the watch.
The watch?
The watch.
Sucks, my watch. Jeez Louise.
It's on your wrist. It's fine.
They also pushed out, was it 17.2.1?
Yeah, I think that was a see in. I was watching this.
That was only for the phone and the iPad, though. That's not for anything else.
Yeah, it was. It was something to do with. I can't remember now. What was it for? But it was for different. It was for Chinese, and I think it was some other language. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, they were having some battery issues. Okay. But they haven't. I don't know why they didn't update the English notes for the US or Canada update, or anywhere else. But there was some battery. But 17.3 beta 1 that I'm on right now, actually battery life is awesome. Even though we're on beta 1 still.
That's good.
So the stabilization is still a lot better. And they introduced a new feature which I'm kind of looking forward to for people to use. And it is called password. What was it called again? I think I told you earlier.
Anti-theft or something, or I don't know. You mentioned it earlier, but I forgot what it was called.
Well, it's a great feature because you know how when people there was a thing going on back, I want to say last month or something, where people were looking over people's shoulders when they were typing in the password if they had to type in their password, because I know we have Face ID now. And what people were doing is once they know the person's password, they will steal the phone off of them. And once they unlock the phone, you can go into your settings and use your iPhone's passcode to change your Apple ID password. And once you do that, well, now the person is basically locked out of their account, and the person who stole the phone has pretty much everything, because everything lives under your your thing. So okay, so there we go. I found it.
Okay.
So it's called stolen device protection.
Okay.
So this feature here, what it would do is it would actually require your Face ID before you can go into that setting now. Instead of, so even if you know let's say for example, I know your phone password. Okay, I got your phone. I stole it. I entered it on the lock screen there. And then I go into settings, I tap on your name at the top, and I go to change password, okay, in the privacy and security section. And now, instead of entering your phone password, it would actually, you have to put your Face ID first, scan your face, and then you can get into that screen.
Okay.
And once you get into that screen, and you want to change your Apple ID password, well, it's not going to work, because you have to, if you're away from your, let's say your home or your work, if you're not in those two locations or in a location that you are not often, because the phone tracks all that information in the background, where if you are at a certain location for a long time, this is maybe your home, or this is where, it's a safe place, right? If you're not in one of those zones, and you want to change your Apple ID password, you have to wait an hour.
Okay.
So you scan your face for the first time, and then within an hour, you have to so after an hour, you have to go back and scan your face again, and if it matches, then it will allow you to change your Apple ID password.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
If you're at home, then no problem. It will work all the time.
Yeah.
So don't lose your Apple ID password. Because actually I used to tell my parents that
important passwords.
Yeah, don't lose your Apple ID password. The password that you can forget all your passwords if you really wanted to, but do not forget your Apple ID password, because that's where once you lose that, then it'll be a problem. But now it's your face and your thumbprint.
Okay.
So it's kind of nice.
Security. Never a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. No.
I can't hear people having a hard time down the future with this. Like, my Face ID doesn't work. So, I don't know.
Thing is, when I first switched over from the 7 Plus, I had that issue too, because my vision, I hold my phone closer to my face, right, and I wasn't used to unlocking it by having the phone a little further, little further from my face, so I can see my whole entire face to unlock it. And I keep struggling, like, oh God, Face ID is annoying. It's annoying. But over time, It took some time, like a month or so, for me to get used to it. But now, whenever I do it now, I actually hold my phone a little further from my face, which is a good thing for my eyes too. So,
see, I know people always say that they hate Face ID, and I'm like, really? Because I've never had a problem like you. Like, I keep it I have an idea of how far to keep it away from my face, and it scans my face every time, and I never have a problem with it. No, I love it. It's great. Awesome. And I have my phone's like super like Fort Knox password protected. I know we have a friend of ours who has no password on their phone. It's like, really? Why would you not do that? But for me, it's like, I'm like, password protect this thing with like 20,000 characters and Face ID, and if I could put like blood sample in there or retina scan, I would, but we're not there yet. I don't find Face ID that hard. It works really well now with the new 15 Pro Max. Like, it's super fast now compared to my 11. It's like ridiculous. And we're talking about battery earlier. Like, my battery, now I'm starting to understand. Yeah, I'm starting to understand why everybody using a Pro model phone, or especially a Pro Max, rave about the battery. Because, oh my goodness, I go to bed at night, my battery's at 85. Like, I have to actually bring it down to under. Like, I have that protecting the battery thing.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting what it's called. So when your phone gets to 80%, it stops, and then when you get closer to a certain time, it'll finish off. But a lot of times, like, I go to bed, my battery's it's just a little bit under 80%, maybe 75, and that's it. Like, I rarely go to bed with my phone at like 50, 40%, like it used to be with my 11. It's ridiculous how this battery lasts forever.
Yeah, I know.
Like, geez,
it's awesome.
But I have to admit, I'm still loving my 15 Pro Max. It's such a pretty phone.
See, to me, I think I use it way too much now because of the battery so good. When I first got it, I was like, I'm like, oh my God, this thing doesn't die, right? It's so awesome. But now when I go back to my 7, I just started using my 7 just for one time. And I'm like, oh, whoa, I killed it so fast, right?
Yeah.
It's just like that I use it a lot more now. Which, I mean, it's not a good thing, but it's a tool.
But on top of that, like, we're talking about updates. So I know that something else I heard, macOS 14.2 apparently has fixed the Safari not responding bug.
I never had that issue. What is this?
Because I don't have a Mac anymore, so I can't really speak a lot about this. But I keep hearing a lot of people saying that with Safari, sometimes it's just Safari is not responsive for a long period of time. And especially with newer Macs, like, they don't understand why this is still something that's happening. Like, even with the M processors, Safari would be, not responding or busy. And I'm like, really? Like, okay, like, why is it not responding? But then apparently 14.2, some people have been saying that with this new update, it seems like that not responding bug is gone. Safari is pretty quick. So again, I don't know. I don't really use a Mac anymore. I had one. I would like to get maybe a Mac Mini. So anybody out there has a Mac Mini wants to get rid of, I'll take it. Preferably an M1. But no, I don't know. I use Safari, not Safari. I use Firefox on my personal computer, and I got Edge, which I use it for this here for recording. But no, I don't know. I heard that was a new thing that with the 14.2 they fix it. That's great. Anybody has a Mac who had that problem, apparently 14.2 fixes that problem. So, but moving forward, next thing is another Apple. Last Apple I think we have. Apparently, as most people remember, Apple has what's called iMessage. And iMessage is when you have iPhone to iPhone, it does encrypted messaging back and forth. You can do these graphics, pictures, or Jiffies, or whatever you want to call them, or stickers. You can do that. You can do reactions. You can do all sorts of cool stuff. And Android people, when they would text an iPhone user, it would be green, while a iMessage iPhone user would be blue. And I know that the EU started pushing for Apple to stop doing this, and they have this new RCS, Rich Communications Service, I think it's called, or system.
Yeah, it'll be still green. It'll still be green.
Yeah, the thing is, Apple actually decided to, after EU's pushing them, they finally decided to implement this down the road. I don't know what version iOS. It's going to have RCS, but it's going to allow Android users to be able to do the reactions and see most of the stuff that iMessage users were able to see. Yeah. The only thing is that to an iPhone, Androids are still going to show up as green, while iPhone users are still going to show up with blue. But hey, they're going to be part of the conversation as well. One developer, I don't know the name of the developer. There's a developer that came out with an app called Beeper on Android, which, from what I understood, they kind of hacked iMessage and they kind of figured out how to pretend that they're iPhones.
Yeah.
And be able to use Android users to be able to look like they're iPhone users in iMessage. Mm-hmm. But Apple's been going at them a lot. They also apparently charge a subscription to keep it up and running, which I can kind of understand as well, because if it's a service they provide. But to me, I don't know what you think about this. I'm curious to know, because they had to get into the code and figure out how to crack it and get into the iMessage and decrypt it and fake, lie to the services, make them Apple servers believe that, hey, this is an iPhone user when it's not. I don't know. What do you think of this?
There was another app before this came out. They were doing it a different way, where you needed an Apple ID your Apple ID to sign in.
Yeah.
And that was wrong. This one didn't require you to enter your phone number or anything. It just it was your phone number.
Yeah, it's your number, I think.
Yeah, it was sorry, my bad. It was your number, but not your Apple ID, right? So you were kind of protected in that way. It was more secure. I'm glad that they went that route. Like they're kudos to the developer, like, figuring it out. Okay, that's smart on his end. That's smart. That's pretty cool. But cracking someone else's code, well, a big company like that's like Apple's code, to like trying to add it, I don't know. But that's wrong. I agree, it's wrong.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say that good. I'm not. Should I say good job to him? I shouldn't say good job to him. But he cracked someone else's code. It's a cool thing, like a cool concept that he did. I know he's charging people for it, which is cool, because he worked hard. He figured it out. Blah blah blah, and he's providing a service for people, right? And he has to keep it up. All right, cool. But Apple, I knew Apple was going to go, and
they're not going to allow this.
Yeah, they're not going to allow it. But now I have a feeling that governments are going to, especially the EU, is going to see this and say, oh, wait, it's actually doable. So if it's doable, why not, allow it?
That's why I don't like this, because it's like they're breaking encryption. There's a reason why it's encrypted.
Yeah.
And for me, like you, great for them to figure this out. But at the same time, it's like, okay, if they crack this shit, crack this stuff, I'm concerned a little bit, really, because it's like, like people complain, oh, Apple's got a monopoly on iMessage. Well, really, no, because hey, remember BlackBerry? They had BlackBerry Messenger. That was a proprietary messaging app. Eventually, you can download a BBM app for your iPhone or Android, but for a long while, BlackBerry had their own proprietary messaging app. And you don't have to use iMessage. You can use WhatsApp. You can use Messenger. You can use any other app. Like
WhatsApp is big. WhatsApp is big. I have a feeling iMessage is usually only popular more in the US, but anywhere else, it's all WhatsApp, especially India. I want to say that people run their business on WhatsApp. It's crazy. Okay. WhatsApp is a big platform. Mm-hmm. And now I look at this, and people say it's a monopoly, but listen, they started from zero. Look where they are now. I'm sure if someone uses their brain and figures something out, make up a team, before Tesla came along with their battery cars, there were no really fully electric cars and like more mainstream. Well, Tesla came around and they made it happen. Right now, do you think Tesla is a monopoly? No one else is going to buy battery cars? No, right? So iMessage, sure, it might be hard to beat, but listen, Apple went, they're out of the way, and they beat BlackBerry somehow. So it's doable. You can still go and beat Apple. No one's stopping. Like, Apple's not stopping you to go create a new platform. They're just saying don't use ours.
I'm glad for the RCS though. The RCS, I'm glad that they're doing this. That's great.
That's great, yeah.
Because that's going to solve a lot of the issues. Like Android people say, well, we can't use iMessage. No. We don't get the same. We're showing up as green, and we don't see the reactions and all the stuff that iMessage users can do. Now that they're implementing RCS, that's actually going to solve a lot of the problems. Yeah, okay, they're green, they're not blue. Who cares? Like. For most blind people, we can't really see the color. All we see is text message or iMessage. That's all it tells us. Right. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, like if they implement RCS, great. But this beeper thing, like I don't know, I'm good for them, but I'm also at the same time, it's like if they can crack it, who else can crack it? And I'm like, So I don't know, it's kind of weird, but
right.
Plus, we're charging for it, which I can kind of understand, but at the same time, it's like, where's the info? Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't think the information is going through servers. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not a journalist, so I have no idea.
I don't believe it goes to. They don't have any access, the internal access to iMessage. It's all through Apple servers.
Yeah. So
they don't see anything what's happening on Apple servers. They just, yeah.
But actually, good thing you talked about Tesla. We're moving on. So the next item on the list is Tesla finally released their Cybertruck.
Yay! Oh, cool.
When's yours coming in?
Cybertruck? No, I am actually okay. So when they first came out, and they didn't really reveal it with the specs. And they promised that it's gonna. They don't really promise. I don't know if you want to call it promise. But they mentioned it on their keynote, what do you want to call it? Yeah. That it's gonna have certain amount of specs. Cool. But when they delivered it about 4 years later, they didn't match some of the specs, especially the battery range. I'm kind of concerned about the battery range and then the price. I think they said the top model US dollars is going to be $60,000 or $70,000. It's at $100,000.
Damn.
And the battery, they were saying that the range will be 500 miles. 500 miles. Okay, it's down to 300 something miles, and you had to buy a battery, an external battery to get it to 4 something miles. I don't know how much it is. It's 4 something. But obviously that will create weight. And that will waste some space in your bed of the truck because there's a giant battery in it. And obviously you can't remove it yourself because it's heavy and you got to use special tools. It's a whole thing. But look-wise, Joe Rogan threw a shot arrow at it and it bounced right back. That happened. It's nice. It's bulletproof. I saw a few. I was actually watching a YouTube video last night. This guy was driving it, and the amount of eyes people were just staring at this car going by. I mean, why wouldn't they? It's a different looking car. It's more boxy type, sharper corners and everything. So
I watched a video for those interested in looking into it. As a comedian, I used to watch back in the 90s called Jay Leno, and he took over the Tonight Show from bloody heck, I keep forgetting, Johnny Carson. So he's a big car guy. So he has his own YouTube channel called Jay Leno's Garage. You can go there, check it out. He actually had a video on the Cybertruck, and he had some of the engineers there with him, and he drove it. And yeah, apparently there's a lot of add-ons you can put to it. They've actually, like for example, a lot of trucks you can add this light bar at the top of the cab, and they've added the connections and everything, so you can easily just buy that add-on, snap it on, and the truck will automatically recognize it's connected and you're good to go. You have a tent you can add to the box as well in the back, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
But you also have apparently the tent cover is like solid. You can stand on this thing and it's going to keep your weight. Basically, it's my dad has one for his pickup truck, but it's a leather type of material tent cover, and let's just say you wouldn't want to stand on that thing. But this one here, it's solid and it's not going to break apparently. So yeah, it's kind of cool that it's got this. I have no idea what it looks like. It'd be kind of cool to be able to buy a little model and see what this thing looks like with my hands, but I can't see it, so I have no idea. But apparently, yeah, it's very boxy and very interesting looking. So who knows? But very interesting video. If you want to learn more how they designed it, how they engineered it, definitely check it out. Yeah, check on YouTube for Jay Leno's Garage. You'll find it. So
Awesome.
But moving
but
on,
before you do move on, I wanted to also mention that they also released a new holiday update, because every year Tesla releases a holiday update.
Have more additional fart sounds?
No, that was actually last year. So last year they added some fart sounds.
Wow!
So you can like press the horn and it would, there were different kinds, shorter ones. You know what I mean? Whatever. I won't get into too details into it, but they also in the app on this, every single seat has like a speaker, so you can like in the app you can like control where the fart is coming from.
What are the new sounds? We don't talk too much about the fart sounds. What are the new sounds for this year?
No, there's no new sounds this year, but they added the ability to see. They added Apple Podcasts to the native app now. Before last year they added Apple Music. This year they added
that's nice.
The Apple Podcasts. And they also added the red light camera and speeding cameras on the map. And red lights, you can see those crossing lights now on the map, which is nice. They added the ability to so now the nice thing is when you're backing up into a parking space, visually you can see on what the car is seeing. Like if there's a car beside you, you can like see how far it is and everything. So it's pretty cool. Their Tesla vision system is working. Before they had LiDAR scanners all the way around the car, and those were a lot accurate. I will tell you that. I find that this system here is not as accurate, but now when I see why they want to go with the vision based system, so they can map out different things, and the car can tell what's a car instead of a object, because with other sensors it can only detect objects, it can't tell what it is. With cameras, because it has vision, basically they can map out poles, they can map out other objects that could interfere with a car. So anyway, so they're working on that, and that there's some other smaller couple of things added, 2 more games when the car is parked you can play. But
sure. Anyway, play while you're driving. Yeah, sure.
No, it's only when you're parked.
Hey, play some Grand Theft Auto while you're waiting in the car.
Oh, by the way, guys, Grand Theft 6. I'm still waiting for that 2025. I hope this year goes fast soon. No, I'm joking.
So, all right. So, yeah, they have Grand Theft Auto 6 for those of you wondering. I listened to the trailer the other day. It sounded really cool. Apparently, they have a female protagonist now, which is kind of cool. I think their name is Lucia. I'm jealous because I can't see anymore, so I can't play these games. Maybe if they come up with some mods down the road, maybe if Rockstar decides to make their game fully accessible, like Naughty Dogs did with the last one, The Last of Us Part 2. They did that. They made it accessible for the blind. So hopefully, hey, Rockstar, just let you know, if you want to make your stuff accessible, go see Naughty Dogs. They might be able to tell you.
I love Grand Theft Auto 4, where it would actually, the GPS would tell you in like 4 miles, turn right.
Yeah, I
ding dong. And GTA 5, they got rid of that. I'm like, come on, why?
I played all of them. I played the original Grand Theft Auto 1, which was a top-down view. I played the Grand Theft Auto London, which was part 2. Then when GTA 3 came out on the Sony PlayStation, I was bummed. But then when Xbox, because I was a big Xbox guy, I didn't like the Sonys. I didn't like the controllers, basically. So I liked the Xbox more.
Yeah, they were a lot larger.
Plus, the consoles the Xbox was very powerful for what it was for. But when they came out with the Grand Theft Auto double pack for GTA 3 and Vice City, I'm like, oh, yes, I'm buying this sucker. And I spent hours and hours playing those 2 games. I even played, was it San Andreas? And then I played the new one, the GTA 4, and I love those. The graphics on GTA 4 were freaking amazing how it looked like, but I missed those days.
Oh, if you see the graphics, if you're saying that the graphics were amazing on GTA 4,
don't remind me.
The 5 was.
Don't rub it in. Okay, we get it. 5 is better, and 6 is probably going to be even better.
But I did love the physics. The physics in GTA 4 were a lot better. Like, let's say if the car is in park or drive in GTA 4, if we try to go rob a car, it would actually, as you're like trying to get the guy out of the car is still moving slightly forward.
Okay.
Where in GTA 5 and Vice City, it never did that. Once you stopped, it stopped. And when you actually like crash into something, it actually sounds like metal in GTA 4, where in GTA 5 it doesn't. It sounds like all plastic. You don't know why. So
cars are plasticky now. They're not that much metal. Who knows?
True. I don't know. But well, guess what? So Android finally gets a new app. Well, it's an older but a goodie app for iOS, but it's an awesome app. Seeing AI.
Seeing AI finally. Yeah, sorry. Seeing AI finally made its way to Android. Sorry, we keep cutting each other off. But yeah, I'm happy for Android users. I don't have an Android, but I do use Seeing AI quite a bit. Now, what do you use it for primarily? Do you even use it, or
Seeing AI?
Yeah,
I use it all the damn time.
Okay, but what tools do you use it primarily? Just a short text or what? Like, what do you use?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Feature of Seeing AI do you use?
I'll tell you. So for certain things, I mean, again, I have some vision, right? I'm not totally blind, so I don't use like the door detection and stuff.
Yeah,
I love seeing that feature, like involve in stuff and how good it is and stuff. I keep saying stuff. I don't know why I keep saying. I just realized that. But anyway, the feature that I use is short text mostly because when I want to quickly read something. Like last night, I was fixing my amp, my AV receiver that I got, and I was going through the settings and stuff. I was doing the Odyssey setup on it, and where you take a microphone and it automatically fixes the EQ and everything of all the speakers and knows where all the speakers are placed and stuff. And I just pointed my phone at the TV and it just started reading. But the only thing I don't like is if you slightly move it or some other text gets added, it will repeat and start reading it. So what I have to do was, I know I could have used the document thing, but I like the short text because then it doesn't have to detect all the four corners and all that. Once I do that, I will like point the phone up to my ceiling because there's no text above there. Up to my ceiling. So once it starts reading, I
hope there's no text on your ceiling.
No, there was no text on my ceiling. But I was looking down at the TV when it was reading, and I put the phone down slightly, and it captured one text, and it threw everything off. I'm like, oh, come on. but anyway, it works fast. Like it's also the nice thing is that you don't have to worry about if the text is straight or not. Sorry,
or upside down,
side to sideways. It will still auto fix it and everything. And my manager gave me a card, a Christmas card, and there was a nice tactile feeling and everything. It felt very, very cool. And because it was black and white, I couldn't tell what was going on. I knew there were some trees in the background and stuff. And I know this is I'm talking about Seeing AI here, but I popped it into the other app. What do you call it? The Be My Eyes. Yeah, Be My Eye. I popped it in that app, and ChatGPT just stripped the whole image out, and it told me everything. It was awesome.
Nice.
I sent it out to my manager. She's like, "Oh, that's so cool!" Because I was showing. I met my manager Thursday. Last week, and I was showing her the Seeing AI app, and she told me to take a picture of her. And I was telling her, I was kind of joking with her and saying, if you take a picture of somebody else, she guesses the person's age. And then right away she's like, take a picture of me. I'm like,
oh boy, no.
I was kind of scared. I was kind of scared that it may give her a higher age instead of a lower age, but luckily it did give her a lower age. I was happy about that. Then she was actually.
I did that in the office once before. And people, oh, can we tell? And I tried it. I was like, oh, it's like 6-year-old woman looking angry. And I'm like, what? I mean, she's like, I don't look angry. I guess maybe you have a bitch face or something. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
It was fun. It was a joke though, but it's just it's kind of, it's not always perfectly accurate, but it's pretty cool what it can do. Like one thing I did notice though with the short text one on this Seeing AI is it actually recognizes handwriting. You don't have to go to the handwriting section. You can it'll apparently recognize the handwriting in the short text now.
Oh, that's cool.
I put it in a Christmas card I got from my uncle and aunt, and it actually read their names and everything. It was like,
if it's clearly written, it does a really, really good job.
So, but yeah, awesome. I'm glad that Android.
I use that handwriting feature to read the inside of the card.
Well, yeah, but now you can just use short text. And it should recognize. I'm assuming it worked because it read my uncle and my aunt's names and my cousin's name, but I'm assuming that was handwritten. It's hard to tell, but that or they had it printed out. Maybe I don't know. But apparently, I heard that with Sean Priest mentioned that in Double Tap Canada this past week. That apparently the short text mode now it will read handwriting. I'm like, oh, nice. But yeah,
well, they can get rid of one tab then. But I like the fact that with Seeing AI, when you do use that handwrite gesture, it will also take a picture and it will give you the text below, so you can copy it afterwards if you have to.
You can do that.
But yeah.
So, but all right. Well, moving on. We talked about Be My AI. I heard that Be My AI. I got an email this week. Apparently, they're adding groups to the Be My AI now. So sorry. Let me correct that. So Be My Eyes, which have a feature called Be My AI.
Yes.
They've added a new feature. So basically what this groups thing is, you can add a list of trusted people like friends and family. At first, I wasn't quite sure how this worked, but Double Tap did have an interview with Hans, one of the creators of Be My Eyes, and he did clarify one thing is that, so for example, let's say your dad or your mom want to help you out occasionally, they would have to have the app installed.
Yeah.
And you'd have to set up as a volunteer. Mm-hmm. But then you can then add their names as a trusted volunteer, or in your, you can create a group and say, hey, this is my family. And you can then add names to it. I think you can share a link via text or email, and they can then join this group. And then what happens is if you call this group, it will go through the list and try to find somebody from your group to ask for help. So it's like a volunteer, but instead of going out and looking for a volunteer, it's looking for some help within that group that you set up.
So is it out now?
Instead of going, it's supposed to be coming out over time. It's in beta right now, from what I hear.
Oh, cool.
So like with Be My Eyes, you can ask a volunteer, and it goes out and tries to find somebody, and then somebody will say, "Yeah, I'll take this call," and they will then see your camera and help you out. Well, this group thing is you create a group, and you can create, I don't know how many groups. I don't remember the number of people per group and how many groups, but apparently it's quite a bit. And you can add names to this group. And then what happens is this person, when you request for help, you can go through the group and it'll go through that list and ask for one of these people inside your group to, say, hey, I'll take this call. So you can have, like, for example, for me, if I wanted to have my entire family, I could actually have my entire family in this group. They would have to have the app installed, and then I could request help from the group, and then it'll go through my entire family, every member of my family, until one of them responds back and says, I'll take this call. And then they can help me out. So that is, from what I understood, the group function supposed to be, which I think is kind of cool. You can add specific people. The only thing is they have to have the app, which makes sense. But yeah, it's something that they've added, and I look forward to seeing it.
That was good. I know how to go to make a FaceTime call to that person. You can just,
or you can do that. Yeah, that's what I do. Google Meet or FaceTime.
But I mean, it's nice that way. Instead of bothering somebody, it will just, it will ping everybody, and whoever's available will answer first. It's not like, you're trying to call your father, but he's busy, but then you're basically forcing him to answer your call.
Yeah, if you
but
have
the other way around.
Your mom and your
yeah,
if you have like your dad and your mom and your brother in the group, and let's say you have a sister, then you can add them there, and you ask for help in that group, and it's gonna check with your dad, your mom, your brother, your sister, and
whoever answers first,
able to help, they can pick up, and then so it's not going to stick to one person. It's going to try them all to see who can answer first.
Right.
So it's kind of cool. So that was one thing. Last but not least, so I want to bring a bit of Windows into this. Microsoft. So something that we played with a couple of weeks ago, I actually discovered, it's called Suno AI. You can create music, which is kind of cool. I tried a few demos. It sounded okay. Jonathan Mosen did a good demo to show how, because it seemed like it cut short really quickly. But apparently you can actually, when you create one automatically, it does like a first part of the song, but you can go into more advanced features and compose more in detail and add lyrics. But basically it uses AI to create a song with music and AI voice, which is kind of cool. But one of the reasons why I brought it up is that with Microsoft Windows CoPilot function in Windows 11, you can now do this within CoPilot now. Use Suno AI to create a song through there. I haven't tried it myself. I even know how to find CoPilot in Windows 11, but it's there apparently. And yeah, apparently you can use Suno AI. Like I said, I tried it a little bit.
Do you think it'll be free from there, or will you have to pay for it?
I'm assuming maybe you have to log into maybe it links it to your Microsoft account. I'm not too sure how it works. I've heard it on Windows Weekly a little bit, but I know the Suno AI is a pretty good thing. You can check it out if you want. I'll play around with it a little bit. It was fun, but it's a cute little thing. But I don't know if it's gonna last forever. But who knows? But yeah, I don't know. Have you played with it?
Once. I haven't logged into it again because I ran out of credits, and then after that I didn't.
You get 50 credits every day. Now I'm not sure if those credits roll over from day to day, or if you just get a new 50 credits every day. But apparently every day you get 50 new credits. So
that's good to know.
So you can check that out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is a short episode today. I guess if people want to reach us out, how can they reach us, Saj?
So if you have a question or comment, like Dan said, send us an email at eyebytespodcast@gmail.com or leave a voicemail at 317-934-4334. You can also check out our website at www.eyebytes.ca. If the website doesn't work out for you, you can definitely go to our check out us out on YouTube at just eyeBytes, because eventually there'll be another video coming out from me. I don't know, at some point.
Yeah, you keep saying that every time, but we never actually see videos being published, except for the podcast episodes. But do we have a Twitter account?
We definitely do. Which actually, you're wrong. It's actually X.
Whatever. Formerly known, social media formerly known as Twitter, now known X. What's our handle on X?
Our handle on X is at eyebytespodcast.
Wow, I say that so soft and so professional. I'll be darned. So anyway, yeah, you can reach us. Like I said, email.
We do have a personal, what is it called? Discord account too. So if you want to.
What we do?
No, I mean, no. I said personal. Personal. You have one and I have one.
I'm not sharing my Discord account, dude. I'm sorry, but I'm not going that far. You can find us on Mastodon as well. I'm known as that blank.
Oh, shoot, not Discord. I meant to say Mastodon. My bad.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jeez Louise. Yeah, so you can find us on Mastodon. I'm at that blind Canuck at dragonscave.space. Saj, I know what's yours?
I don't know mine, so try to find me. Yeah, I don't know.
Have fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyways, like I said,
happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays. Hope you guys have a happy Hanukkah, Festivus. There's lots of whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope you have a wonderful, safe, and joyful holiday season, and stay safe out there. And yeah, we'll be back hopefully January, end of January, maybe beginning of February, depending on how rough our holidays are. Might take time to
if we make it through the holidays.
Yeah, who knows? We never know. But yeah, anyways, so hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday season. Stay safe, have fun, and we will see you in the new year.